In today's video, we are installing a steering stabilizer on this 2003 Chevy Silverado 2500 HD. The part specifically we will be installing is a Bilstein shock, very similar to the shocks that you have on your chassis, except for this one's made for steering components. The part number is a 33-1745525. I got this from Rock Auto, and I will leave a link in the video description below. Okay, we got us some mats. I got our basic hand tools, sockets, some pliers and everything. We have our steering stabilizer. Now let me show you where it's located. So here is the steering stabilizer. You can see above it is our oil pan. If you have four-wheel drive, this is your actuator to your front differential. Here's your radiator, and here's my front bumper. So definitely the front of the truck is part of your suspension components. As you can see, if I can snake my hand up through here, we're going to have a nut right here, which I can feel. And then we got to go to the other side of this cross member to see the other side, which is connected to the chassis. So on the chassis side, here is our steering gearbox with our pitman arm. And here is the other side of the stabilizer. As you can see, there's a stud coming up and there's a bolt, which would be this side of the stabilizer. So you can orient yourself to the truck. It's going to be something to this effect, where the studs on this side and we'll call it an eyelet, I guess, is on this side. Using this flexible double boxed in ratcheting, called a gear wrench. This one is by Icon. They sell it at Harbor Freight. If you don't have these, they're amazing. There's a couple of different brands. I will leave the link to this one in the description, the video description below. But you have long leverage. It's ratcheting. The only thing I don't like is how it flips here. You can bump that if you're getting close to the end of something. You'll hit it and flip it back the other way. But anyways, I like it. It's Harbor Freight, so they got a good return policy. Let me get to this bolt. Lesson learned, you're going to need two 18s, one to hold the bottom of the bolt and one for the nut side. Here's the chassis side, 18 millimeter and a nut. Not horrible. I was able to use the ratcheting wrench for a little while, but then I switched to just a regular ratchet. Seemed easier because once I started going up, the bolt started slipping off with a ratcheting wrench, and the deep well socket stayed on a little bit better. Now let's get the other side out because it might be pressed in. So I got our tie rod separator tool that we got from Harbor Freight. That and the hammer. Was able to get the old steering stabilizer off. It's definitely not doing much. You can tell I got a worn spot. This side has a tapered seat here. The tool I used was a 1 1/8 pickled fork. I was trying to go a little bit smaller because I thought I was grabbing on the tapered seat, but time I got to the spot where I could, I needed this larger one to get it. I did have to use a hefty hammer. It's like a Husky hammer I got from Home Depot like 20 years ago now. It took some beating, but it comes off. That was the easy or the hard part. The easy part is really going to be installing everything. I'm going to take some WD-40 and just lubricate all of our surfaces here a little bit, and then get ready to reinstall everything. I am going to install the one that we just knocked out with the pickled fork. I haven't tightened anything down yet. I just got this one finger tight. You see a steering gearbox. It's the driver's side. The boot does not look good, but it is okay because it's a little bit compressed. But you can see our nut here. I haven't tightened it down either. It's right there. So I'm about to grab the tools and lock everything down. So Bilstein supplies the locking nut with their shock. It is not an 18 millimeter. Why would you? Let's go with the old trusty 19 millimeter. And again, the double end box, flexible heads fit just great. That is installed to make this jacket, that ain't nothing but really a dust cover, look better. It's just zip tied here on the bottom. It moves up and down, so I just adjusted it until it looked good. But I did not want to extend it to the point that when we turn right, that's going to wind up tearing the boot or do anything. So I just kind of got it massaged up like that. Now it looks really good. And from the bottom, like we started off, that's how she looks. Looks good. Can't wait. We got about 100 miles on the truck with the new stabilizer. I'm going to do some recording so y'all can see the stabilizer in action. I hope y'all enjoyed that test drive. To be truthful, I really can't tell a big difference in before and after. Just knowing that it was an OEM shock just made me feel better about changing it. I did read in some reviews that after changing the steering stabilizer shock, that some people complain about the truck wanting to pull to the right, I guess because of the shock pressure is now applied to one side more than the other. I did not notice any of those side effects from this. If anything, maybe my truck pulled slightly to left or right and now it drives straighter. Something. It is minute if it is. But I hope this helps somebody change out your steering stabilizer or understanding of how it works. Again, the link will be in the description below the video. Again, please like, subscribe, and comment. I appreciate y'all. On to the next one.